So according to our agenda now, we are to do closing skill today. That is what we are doing. Okay, I've started the live section. I've started recording it so that you can be able to get your replay afterwards, because most of the time, all these skills are knowledge-based skill that you need to just know them, then you can start implementing them. Or if you know them, you see people implement them, you rephrase or you redo what somebody have done. So far you have the knowledge, then you do it in your own way in order for you to get results. So far so good. We've started from the copywriting skill, and we've been able to do a lot of things on copywriting skill. And again, last week as well, we've also started the social media content marketing skill, and we've been able to progress with that as well. Alhamdulillah. So today, we are going to be starting our closing skill. Closing skill is one of the most important skill. Those three skills you are learning are very, very important when it comes to selling something online. Because without these three skills, it will be 100% difficult for you to get money from other people. As you have heard me said from the beginning, that the reason why we are learning social media content marketing is for us to build our KLT, to allow people to know us on this online space, to like us, and to be able to trust us. It is only when they know, like, and trust that they can be easily buying from us. And now, for we to now sell to them, we need to know our target audience, and we need to know how to write copies or content to them. And that is where copywriting skill comes inside. And now, let's now assume you know your target audience, and again, you already know how to chat to them. Please, can you hear me from your end? Please, can you hear me? Hello, please, can you hear me?
I hear you, Mongbo. I can hear you.
All right, ma.
I
So I'm
can.
saying that now. All right, ma. Okay, I'm saying that now that we now know our target audience, we know how to write some copies to them, we know how to persuade them to buy. At some point, there are still some customers that may want to buy from us, but probably they have one or two objections. Maybe they don't have money right now. Maybe they are not convinced enough. Maybe they still need more clarity. Maybe they still need more things or more things to let them convince them in order for them to buy it. So that is where this third skill that we are about to learn comes in, which is called closing skills. This skill is very, very important, because when you understand it, it will be minimal for people to, it will reduce the rate at which people are paying you. Are not paying you, rather, yes. It will reduce the rate at which people are not paying you, because if you have a lot of people, you'll be able to close as much as possible. You remember, they've already liked you, they've trusted you, and they already know you very well. So you've targeted them and they are currently inside your DM. How do you now close them to buy? This closing skill, we explain some things that you need to do, some techniques that you need to do. The way we do it and everything is going to be explaining it for us for better understanding. So before we proceed with our class today, please, can you tell me, I've already listed out what we are going to be covering in closing skill to you inside our timetable. So today is understanding closing. That is what we want to do today. Yes, that is what we want to do today. In our next class, then we'll continue. So understanding closing is what we want to do. And under understanding closing as a topic, there are a lot of, or some branches under it, that we need to cover in today's class. So I don't know, if you have a pen and paper, you can still be jotting pending the time that you are listening to the voice notes, so that you can take more time to understand better. Because when you are hearing and you are noting some points down, it's going to help you a lot to implement them when you have started implementing. So Closing. Please, can you just tell me what you know or what you have heard about somebody closing people? Hello, ma, please, can you hear me?
Me, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, please, I can hear you, ma.
Are you saying I am done with social media content marketing? Am I done with it?
Ma'am, that was why I created the timetable so that you can see the way we are having it. It's not like we are done. We have to put them inside each other so that you can easily
Hold up.
connect them
Okay,
to
okay, 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 okay,
ti yé mi.
okay,
Ọjọ́ ọ̀la
okay.
ní ìsinyìí, okay, like tomorrow we are having closing skill. Ọjọ́ Friday a máa ní social media content marketing skill. Ọjọ́
Ó
Monday tó
ti
ń
yé
bọ̀
mi, ó ti yé
closing.
mi.
So kó ba lè
Ó
jẹ́
ti
pé
wọnú ara.
ó máa yé yín dáadáa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó ba lè máa yé yín dáadáa ni pé òkè àwọn àkókò báyìí là ń lo eléyìí. Ṣé ó ti yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mà?
Ó ti yé mi, sir. Ó
Bẹ́ẹ̀
ti yé
la
mi.
ṣe
Ó
ń
yẹ
ṣe.
jẹ́ n sọ closing skill.
All
Closing
right, ma.
skill ni wípé, yeah, closing skill is all about when somebody comes to you and want to buy a product. And
Okay, ma.
you know, as you taught me, you said you were supposed to be know. How do I say to you? You're supposed to know you,
Yes,
like
ma.
you, know,
Yes, ma.
like, and trust you. There are some that when you
Yes, ma.
because they've been following you, they already see the value you are giving, the content you are giving, they've already liked you. So maybe
Yes, ma.
your handle, you are sending, I pack my order, Lagbaja collect my order, you are sharing testimony.
Yeah.
Some people might have liked you, but out of all of them, there are some that they will like, I am yet to trust you. So when they now come to your DM, it is your duty and responsibility, like me that I am into health, okay, for a free health consultation, they can now come and start asking them. You say you've been battling with
Okay.
depression for how long? What happened? What have you used? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Okay, if you know you don't want it to prolong because this is the damage, this is what it can lead to, this is what it can cause, why don't you try this my remedy? Why my remedy is special is because I sell foreign herbs. They have been scientifically proven,
Yes, ma.
tested, and trusted over years. It doesn't come with objection. It's universal herbs. Masha Akmonle, Masha Hype. Okay, if you
Yeah.
now use it and you do not get what you want, I will refund you. Low scope refund. But because I know what I'm selling anyway, I will refund
Yeah.
you for the inconveniences. But you can come with your before and after results. So that will give me the guarantee to refund you for wasting your time. It's just for you to make them trust you more. I am in so handle. This is my handle. This is my social media. We are registered. We are this. We are that. At least with this, I have been able to convince you that my product is good and it will give you the results you are looking for. Hanga, no button.
Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely correct. Gbogbo explanation yẹn pátápátá, yes, it is part of the process of closing a customer. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ni, yes, exactly. So, nǹkan tá a wá fẹ́ kọ́ gangan nísìnyí, gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ ti ṣàlàyé process ẹ̀ yẹn débi tó máa fi sọ wípé yes, I am interested in buying, or send me your account details, or I am ready to buy. So the moment tí wọ́n bá ti sọ pé yes yẹn gangan ni a ti ṣe kí ni, a ti close ẹni yẹn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. So when we talk about closing simply means getting somebody, kíyàn get èèyàn láti sọ pé yes, through the means of all those strategies tẹ́tí náà máa lò, ẹ máa ṣàlàyé, ẹ máa ṣe báyìí. So that moment of the final stage of closing is let's let that person say yes, I am ready to buy it. So that is what closing is. They say yes to what exactly that we are buying. So in a nutshell, closing is like the final stage of the process. Ó ní process, a sì máa débẹ̀, máa ṣàlàyé first level, máa ṣàlàyé second level, máa ṣàlàyé third level. So gbogbo àwọn knowledge yìí lẹ máa padà fi sínú brain tẹ́ bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ máa mọ level tẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú customer ok ẹni ó dàbí pé a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àti wà láàrin eléyìí mo ti fẹ́ close ẹ̀ tán so but closing is the last part of getting that person to say yes I am ready to buy for example ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní àpẹẹrẹ mi pé ok mo ń ta maybe pop-off now mo ti wá ń ṣàlàyé fáwọn èèyàn bí pop-off yẹn ṣe dùn tó pop-off mi ó máa ń gbóná gan láràárọ̀ o ò lè kọjá o ò lè ní kó fẹ́ ra pop-off yẹn kó send order tí n bá ṣe send ẹ̀ sí ẹ báyìí wàá rí pé wọ́n gan wàá rí pé ó ṣì ń gbóná lọ́wọ́ bó ṣe fẹ́ rà ni so that moment ẹni ẹ bá ní lóòótọ́ I'm ready to buy that pop-off ó yá send me your account details that moment gangan la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ close ẹni yẹn so how do we now follow the process very well? How do we make sure that we are doing the right thing in order for us to close them? That is exactly what we are going to be covering majorly and more in this training. So you remember what I said now concerning closing. Closing is that the moment where we allow or when the customer says, yes, I am actually ready to buy your product. So now, what is the definition of closing? Nínú pé èèyàn máa tajà. So closing simply means you convincing somebody to make a decision and take action to buy. Òun ni mo ṣe ṣàlàyé pé gbogbo explanation tẹ́ ṣe yẹn òun gangan là ń pè ní closing nínú sale. Kíyàn máa convince èèyàn kẹ́ máa sọ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí product yín fẹ́ ṣe fún kẹ́ máa convince wọn. Gbogbo àwọn convincing stage yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní stages lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Nínú training yìí ó máa ṣàlàyé gbogbo àwọn stages yẹn fún yín òkè o báwo la ṣe ń kọ́kọ́ ṣe o báwo la ṣe máa ṣe tá bá ti ṣe léyìí tán báwo la ṣe máa ṣe dé the end ṣe rántí pé we are following a process like that so we are going to be breaking them down one after the other. So closing in sales simply means you convincing somebody to make a decision and take action to buy your product or your service or anything you are trying to render for them on this online space. So closing nìyẹn ó dẹ̀ ṣe kókó kí a mọ̀ dáradára. So in this particular training today, understanding closing tí mo náà fẹ́ ṣe, maybe you can jot this down so that you can easily understand what we have done today. So we are going to be talking about, or we have even spoken about that first one. So I don't know if you are jotting it down. Let me just write it. Let me write it down for you. We are going to be jotting the first thing down, which is closing. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa closing. Then we talk about the definition of closing as well. We have already talked about that one too. So another thing that we are going to be discussing this morning rather, another thing we are going to be discussing is why closing skill is very, very important to your business or anything you are selling. Why closing skill is important. That is the third thing we are going to be discussing today. And another thing we are going to be discussing today is the psychology behind closing a sale. Àwọn nǹkan kan wà behind. Ẹ rántí pé ìgbà tí mò ń kọ́ yín ní copywriting skill tá à ń ṣe àwọn part kan lọ́wọ́. I said copywriting skill máa ń tap nínú emotion àwọn èèyàn. A máa fi ń tap emotion àwọn èèyàn láti ṣe nǹkan kan. That is for copywriting skill. So there are some psychology behind closing skill as well. You see this online, I'm always just happy like, oh, when you are exposed to something, you do that thing easily. People that you are doing it for, they will not know what is happening, but they will definitely be doing what you want them to do. So there are some psychology behind closing skill. So I'm going to be telling you the psychology behind it. So that is what we are going to be covering in the fourth page, the psychology. Please, ma, are you jotting them down? Hello, ma, please, are you jotting them down?
Fine. It's mobile gbọ́ ni. Hello?
Ma?
The network is breaking, but I'm trying.
Okay, so where did you hear me last? Ibo lẹ ti gbọ́ tí mo sọ last?
Ibi tí mo gbọ́ ni wípé kéèyàn convince someone to buy, to make a decision by buying your product. Ṣé ẹ understand? Ṣé wá rí níbi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń sọ stage, ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń sọ àwọn stage nǹkan tá a máa ṣe closing, èmi ò gbọ́ yẹn. I did not hear that one. Nǹkan tí mo
Eh,
wá gbọ́ to psychology, there's a psychology way of closing. Nǹkan tí mo tún gbọ́ nìyẹn. In between convincing someone to make a decision by buying your product, in between ni mo gbọ́ yẹn.
okay, okay, kò tí ì pọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà. I was actually explaining what closing in sales is all about. Mo ti ṣàlàyé meaning closing fún yín pé ká jẹ́ kéèyàn kó buy that moment téèyàn sọ pé òun fẹ́ buy, nǹkan tá à ń pè ní closing nìyẹn. So I'm now saying closing in sales is what we have explained earlier, pé gbogbo àwọn processes tẹ́ ti ṣàlàyé yẹn là ń pè ní closing nínú sales débi tá a máa fi jẹ́ kẹ́ni yẹn kó rà. So nǹkan tí mo máa ń sọ lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn ni pé I'm saying that you should jot those things down, that these are the things we are going to be covering in today's class. Òun ni mo wá ń list out débi tí mo fi dé psychology tẹ́lẹ̀ gbọ́ yẹn. So let me just start
Okay.
again from the beginning so that you can list them out. Ìdí tẹ́jú mo can list them out ni pé so that at least ẹ̀yin náà máa mọ̀ pé okay àti ṣe lè àti ṣe lè àti ṣe lè nínú nǹkan tá a ṣe lè ní. So we can just take it one after the other. I said the first thing we are covering, tá a máa ṣe lè ní òun ni closing. A dẹ̀ ti ṣe number 1 àti ṣe number 2. So number 1 is closing, like you knowing what that closing is all about, which I said it is that moment where that person said, I want to buy, or I am ready to pay, or any other thing. That is what closing is all about. So the second thing that we are going to be covering today is definition of closing in sale. Báwo la ṣe ń close èèyàn nínú sale? A dẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa yẹn náà. So the third thing that I was talking about is, I already said that one, but mi mọ̀ kí network ò jẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́. I've spoken about that one. I said why closing skills are very important for business owners. That's the third thing we are going to be talking about. The fourth one we are now going to be talking about is what I said, the psychology behind closing. I was now giving example that you remember when I was teaching you copywriting skill, that I also made mention that copywriting skill always tap into the emotion of customers. Tó yẹ pé customer yẹn ò ní mọ nǹkan táwa ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, but emotion wọn á máa wà affected láti sáré ṣe nǹkan táwa ní kó ṣe. So bí copywriting ṣe jẹ́ pé mo máa ń tap nínú emotion yẹn, closing skill náà òun náà ní psychological something tó ń ṣe lára customer. Kí ni psychological something yẹn? We are going to discuss that one too in the fourth. Please, are you following me, ma? Please, are you there, ma?
Mo ń gbọ́, I'm with you, sir. I'm with you. Mo ń gbọ́, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, ma. Okay, ma. So
You
now,
talk the last
the
thing.
next one.
The last thing you said. The last
Yes,
thing
ma.
you said in copywriting skills, we always tap into emotion. Why in closing skills too? There's a psychology way of tapping into emotions too.
Okay, okay, yes, ma. So the fifth thing we are going to be covering today is how emotions drive buying decision. How emotion buying decision.
How emotion did what?
How emotion usually drive buying decision. How
Usually.
emotion drive buying decision.
How emotion drives. How emotion
Buying
usually drives. How emotion
drives
by
buying decision.
drive buying decision.
So the sixth thing is understanding buyer's motivation. Understanding buyer's motivation. Báwo la ṣe máa understand nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí àwọn people yẹn kí wọ́n wá rà lọ́wọ́ wa? Understanding buyer's motivation.
Understanding Bias, motivation.
Okay, so the next one that we are going to be discussing is stages of sales process. Àwọn stages wo ló wà nínú sales process? Tá a bá fẹ́ close èèyàn, stage wo ni a
Stage.
máa ń gbà láti close wọn? Bá a ṣe ní London copywriting tó ní AIDA model tó máa fi ń call èèyàn sí action láti ṣe nǹkan kan. Ẹ mọ̀ pé copywriting is always about doing something. It's not necessarily buying. Maybe you want to create a group, you want people to join that group. Copywriting skill máa ń jẹ́ ká kọ àwọn nǹkan kan tó máa jẹ́ kó join ẹ̀. Bó ṣe pa fẹ́ rajà náà ni a lè apply ẹ̀ sí. Bó ṣe pa fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wo fídíò wa ni a lè apply ẹ̀ sí. That is copywriting. But when we talk about closing ní tiẹ̀ ó ní stages, ó ní process téèyàn máa ń follow láti jẹ́ kí a close àwọn customer yẹn. So stages of sales process. Please, are we good to go now, ma?
Yes, sir. We are good to go.
All right, ma. So
stages of closing process.
No. Stages of sales process, like tá a bá fẹ́ tajà, sales process. Stage wo la máa ń
Stages of
sales process.
sales process.
Yeah. So that's the last thing we are going to be discussing today by the grace of God. So that tíyàn bá ti mọ stage yẹn, a ní oríṣiríṣi stages. Ẹ máa mọ̀ pé kí ẹni tó ń bọ̀ yìí, àwọn míì wà yìí ò kí ń dédé tajà fún wọn, àwọn míì wà kó máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan fún wọn náà ká tó bọ́ sí kejì, ká tó bọ́ sí kẹta. Gbogbo àwọn stages yẹn màá ṣàlàyé fún yín. Tẹ́ bá téèyàn kan bá ti kọ́lẹ̀, téèyàn bá dé tó fẹ́ rajà, tẹ́ bá follow àwọn stages yẹn lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, ẹ̀yin náà máa rí i pé 100% assurance máa pé òkè ẹni máa rà ní ṣá. So that is that about ẹni tí ò bá dẹ̀ ní rà inú stages tẹ́ ti ń follow yẹn lẹ ṣe máa rí i pé ìjọ́ kan tí mo sọ fún yín pé ẹnìkan wá sórí DM mi ó ní wàhálà yín ti pọ̀ jù tẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ ṣe kí make sales. Èmi mọ̀ kí nǹkan tẹ́mi ń ṣe right, so mo mọ̀ pé orí ẹ̀tọ́ ni mo wà, mo ṣe padà rí ẹni yẹn close, ẹni yẹn dẹ̀ padà sanwó fún class mi. But tí n bá kàn lọ straight tí mi follow àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí n follow, ẹ kàn máa rí pé èèyàn kàn máa lose customer ní pé jẹ́ kí n sáré tajà fún bí kó ètè san, kò ní sanwó yẹn. But tíyàn bá follow nǹkan tó yẹ kó follow, even tí ò bá sanwó ní immediately, ó máa padà sanwó yẹn later. So that is that about that. So we've been able to cover the first thing, which is closing. I already know now that you understand what closing is all about. Now, we've already spoken about the definition of closing in sales, which presently I said closing in sales is just àwọn bá ṣe máa ń convince àwọn èèyàn láti make a decision tàbí láti jẹ́ kí wọ́n ra nǹkan tí a bá ń tà, whether it is a product or anything you want to sell. So that is what we call closing in sales. So why is closing now important? This closing skill, why is it important for us? Let me ask you this question before I just explain what it is. Can you tell me why closing skill is now going to be important? I can hear you, ma. Abi, I can't hear you.
Okay, I said because we need to give them we need to make them see the value we are giving them, the value they are getting for us in return. So that is why, for me, I think closing is important. So that they will trust us. You know, initially they didn't trust us, they came to our DM. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So that they will trust us and so that they will see the value of what we are giving them.
Okay, I'm trying to reprocess that answer in my head.
And now, the reason why closing is important ni wípé wọn ò trust wa lọ ṣe wá. They didn't trust us, that's why they came. So when they now came, we now take them through that journey stage by stage.
Yes. Yes,
And
yes,
this is the more reason why you need the clinical. After the stage, that's by giving them free consultation. Then the next stage was to sell to them because they are picking interest. Try to
exactly.
understand when they understand.
Ben,
So when we
Ben,
now sell to them, we'll now
been
do
able to
follow up.
close them. Yes, you've been able to close them. We are still going to be talking about follow up too. Báwo la ṣe máa ń follow àwọn èèyàn up inú closing skill yìí náà lẹ ti máa learn ẹ̀. By the time when somebody learn, things will be easier, things will be minimal for us to do. Ìyẹn á kàn mọ̀ pé jẹ́ kí n fi action sí, jẹ́ kí n implement nǹkan tí mo learn, jẹ́ máa fi sínú ọjà mi, jẹ́ n ṣe dáradára, and money will start coming. So we are going to talk about follow up tá a bá dé ibibẹ̀ by the special grace of God. So why closing is important is exactly what you have just said. You explaining your products, doing this and that, talking to them about your products, and then getting them to buy that thing. So majorly that is why it is important. So let me just give you one example. Okay, ẹ̀yin méjì lẹ ń ta irú herbal product yìí nísìn. Ẹ̀yin méjì àbí apọ̀ tá ń tà, jẹ́ kí n wá fi ẹ̀yin méjì ṣe àpẹẹrẹ pé ẹ̀yin àti ẹnìkan. Now you are currently learning the right things for you to do, how to talk to them, how to do this and that. And the other person kò ṣe kí ni, òun kàn rò pé ṣebí mò ń ta kíní, èmi náà kàn máa polówó ni, tó bá dẹ̀ ti dé ṣebí kọ́kọ́ dé ni pé àwọn fẹ́ rà, màá dẹ̀ máa send the price fún wọn. The reason why this closing skill is important, òun lẹ ti sọ pé you will know that you don't just sell to people directly. When people comes, you need to take them through the process of closing. Then you close them perfectly. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé with the knowledge of AIDA model tẹ́tí ẹ̀ ti get nínú copywriting, you can now understand how to deal with customers with your own understanding. I'm sure, nǹkan tó dá mi lójú ni, because it is what I'm doing. When by the end of each and every skill tá à ń learn yìí, you will be fully grounded that ó yá jẹ́ kí customer ẹ máa bọ̀. Aha. So, and to get that customer to is not hard at all. We will get it, inshallah. We will get it. So, all those things, just get what you need for you to convert them. And then let's work on bringing those customers in. And inshallah, you continue to do the work continuously by yourself. So, why closing skill is important is for you to just understand how to take them through the process in order for you to make them buy your products. Yeah. The next thing we now want to talk about is the psychology behind closing a sale. This is very, very important because when you know the psychology behind something, it's going to be easier to tap into their feelings. It's going to be easier for you to tap into their feelings to do what you want them to do, because closing skill is not just about you selling something to people. It's not about you selling to people. Sometimes closing skill is about you knowing the feelings of that particular person. Báwo lẹni yẹn ṣe ń feel? Okay, ṣẹ́ni yìí ń feel dáadáa àbí ṣẹ́ni yóò feel dáadáa? How do you know? Through the person's chat or probably through what the person is telling you, you will definitely know how the person is feeling. So èèyàn máa ń wò àwọn èèyàn nítorí pé àwọn èèyàn máa ń rà pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó bá ń rò, bí ìwé bá ṣe ń feel tó ṣe máa ṣe ń rajà lọ́wọ́ èèyàn. If they feel good about you, if they feel they know you, if they feel they trust you, they will definitely just come and buy from you. There are some people ẹwẹ́ nìkan ní ìsìn nínú training mi, ó ti wà lórí batch mi, ó ti send pé òun fẹ́ join training mi láti March. Ìgbà tó send bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sọ fún ṣàlàyé, ìgbà tó débi kó sanwó, kí ló sọ? Ó ní I don't feel I trust you. Kí dẹ̀ ni mo sọ? Despite mo lo gbogbo closing techniques mi fún o, but torí pé ó ti save number mi àti nínú process ó gbọ́dọ̀ save number, ó ti save number mi. Ìgbà tó lóun ò really trust me, then okay, no problem. Anytime you are ready and you have gotten your trust, you can reach out to me. Èmi mọ̀ kó ti save number mi, automatically ó máa rí àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń post kó ba lè jẹ́ kó fi build the trust yẹn mọ̀. So kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀? Nígbà tó tún wá yá, ó click lórí add mi again, instead of kó wá pé òun ti ready, ó re-click lórí add mi. Èmi dẹ̀ sọ fún mo ní you are not qualified to be under my to train under my academy. Ó wá kọ why? Mo ní kó lọ wo previous chat wa. Ìgbà tó lọ wo kò sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. Nígbà tó wá di alẹ́ àná tí mo tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi review àwọn training àwọn tí mò ń kọ́ lọ tí mo fi sí status mi, bó ṣe wá láti status mi nìyẹn. Ó ní I have been following you for a while now and I can say I am 100%, I have 100% trust in you. Please kindly send me your account details. I want to join your training. ṣẹ́yìn náà ti rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn pé feelings ẹ̀ lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ìgbà tí mo understand wípé kò really mọ ẹrú ẹni tí mo jẹ́, instead of me kí n kọ̀ọ̀kan okay mo fún ní iṣẹ́ láti ṣe pé kó lọ ṣe kí ni, kó lọ wá more about me, tó bá ti trust mi tán kó ṣe kí ni, kó padà wá. Then I started doing the work. I continuously doing the work. Tí n bá ń post nígbà mi, I am posting because of some people that want to know what I am doing, so that they can have that trust and be able to pay me online. So that is the work I am doing. So one of the reasons why you are learning closing skill now is that we need to know the feelings of àwọn tó bá ń bá wa rajà. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń ṣàlàyé yìí tó bá yá tẹ́yìn náà bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní èrò tó ń wọlé lójoojúmọ́, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lè máa encounter. Then you can now also know and understand perfectly what I have been saying. Gbogbo èèyàn kọ́lá, àwọn customers wà oríṣiríṣi lẹ máa rí. Àwọn míì wà tó jẹ́ pé ìwà wọn gan sẹ̀ tó bá ṣe dé gan ẹ máa gbà irú ìwà wo lẹ́ni yìí ní. But as somebody that is selling online, we need to always be neutral. Iye èèyàn bá gbé gbígbóná wá, àwọn òwúrọ̀ torí para wa náà ń gbóná táìmì yẹn ká dá gbígbóná padà fẹ́ nìyẹn. Maybe èèyàn kan dé nísìnyí ó bú wa, ó ṣe àkíní yẹn ò ṣeṣẹ́ kíní kan ò ṣe kíní kan, instead of ká bínú padà sẹ́ni yẹn, because we have learnt the skill, we don't give back to the person hot. We calm the person down and then let the person explain what that issue is all about. Then anyhow, nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, nǹkan ó yá máa bínú, ṣé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, solution ẹ̀ wà, and then you offer the solution to that person. So that is just a tip tí mo fi sínú training, but I just need to just talk about that one as well. So now, the psychology behind closing a sale simply means that you trying to understand the way your customers are feeling. So that is that about that. Please, do you have any question concerning that?
Oh, no, I don't have, sir.
Okay, so that is it. When you know their feelings, you can easily know the reason why they want to buy from you. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní àpẹẹrẹ kan tó súnmọ́. For example, nísìnyí, let's say àwọn èèyàn wọ́n like, the reason why they like buying maybe designer clothes. The reason why they like buying designer clothes is because they want to just feel good, they want to feel confident, and they want to feel respected. So feelings yẹn ló máa push wọn lọ bá ẹni tó bá ń ta designers tó bá yẹ kó ń post ẹ̀ náà online. So now you are selling, what are you selling? Herbal products. You should know the feelings that your customers are going to be feeling that push them to you. So kí ni nǹkan tó push wọn, ogbó ẹ̀ náà lẹ ti máa mọ̀ ní ìsìn pé okay, ẹni tó bá ní nǹkan báyìí, ẹni tó bá ní nǹkan báyìí, ìdí báyìí ló ṣe lè wá sọ́dọ̀ mi. So that when they come, you can easily dictate how to talk to them, how to bring them down to closing them. Because if you don't understand it, okay, wait, mi ní ìsìn mo rán ní ad, àwọn míì máa dé, I'm a PhD student. I'm currently doing my PhD, and I see that your training is going to help me more to know how to write article and there. Bó ṣe ń bọ̀ tó ti ṣe ọ̀rá ṣàlàyé number one yẹn, mo ti mọ̀ pé okay, ẹni yìí target audience. Not everybody that is your target audience that will be coming every time. Despite the fact that you target your target audience, some people will come that they are not your target audience. So you need to understand their feelings. Tẹ́ bá ti understand feelings, ẹ̀yin gọ́gọ́ fúnra láti mọ̀ pé okay, ẹni máa rà lọ́wọ́ mi, okay, ẹni yóò ní rà lọ́wọ́ mi. Some people will come through my ad. I will ask them just one question. What motivated you to want to learn my training? The person will tell me because I'm in music and I want to know how to sing. Like, Egbami, can you writing and singing? Aha. So I'll just be like, oh, sorry, this training is not for you because I am training people how to write all those things you see on Google. Aisha wani, oh, sorry, that is what I wanted to learn. I forgot. Ẹ tí n bá explain nǹkan tó fẹ́, tèmi torí pé ó kàn sọ̀rọ̀ míì sí nǹkan tí mo sọ tí mo ní this training is not for you, you can leave, or tí mo kàn ignore message ẹ rí pé mo máa lose ẹ, but torí mo padà further ó padà sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn míì dẹ̀ máa wà tó máa sọ pé no, that is not what I want to learn. No, and I said, okay, no problem. Ó jẹ́ kí n tètè decide, okay, this person is not my target audience. So all this online space, we need to just take our time. We ask question. Nǹkan kan tí closer máa ń ṣe, ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ closing skill dáadáa, nǹkan kan tó máa ń ṣe ni pé ó máa ń béèrè question lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. We don't give answers. We ask questions, let the customer give answers to a certain place that they will even tell us that their answer will be yes or their answer will be I am ready. Mo lérò pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn yé, ẹ jẹ́ kí n break it down. As a closer, we should always ask questions. Tá bá ṣe ń follow gbogbo process yẹn, question la máa fi follow it up. Tá bá ti dé process yẹn, a máa tó débẹ̀. tá a bá rí débẹ̀ tí mò ń ṣàlàyé fún yín, question la máa ń béèrè. Tẹ́ bá wo gbogbo àwọn ad mi, tíyàn bá kọ́kọ́ click ad mi tó bá kọ I'm interested in this, I will ask question. I will ask the please can you tell me your name so that I can save it. First question nìyẹn. Tó bá ti sọ orúkọ ẹ̀ fún mi tán, màá tún sọ fún can you tell me the reason why you are motivated in this training? Á tún sọ answer fún mi. Tó bá tún sọ answer fún mi tán, màá tún béèrè another question. But what make you but have you earned money online before? So I'm asking you so that I can ṣe kíníkan kíníkan. Á tún sọ yes I've made money online or no I've not made money online before. Màá tún sọ fún okay kindly save my number. If you are done saving my number, kindly let me know. Mo tún save á tún save number á tún padà wá fún mi pé okay I've saved your number. Okay let me explain more about the training to you. Màá wá explain tó màá wá sọ can you afford that more? Ẹ rí pé question débi tó máa fi sọ pé kí ni yes I can afford it and I am ready to pay and that is it. Kò wá ń ṣe irú question mi lẹ́yìn máa lò. Ọjà tá à ń tà yàtọ̀ but logic àti process tó wà ń bẹ̀ lẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé question èèyàn máa ń béèrè. So question tó bá relate mọ́ ọjà tẹ̀yin tàbí bẹ bá ṣe fẹ́ structure ẹ̀ tàbí tẹ bá ṣe fẹ́ follow process yẹn sí lẹ ṣe máa ask oríṣiríṣi question yẹn. So that is that about that. Majorly, the reason or what we have been talking about here is that just know the psychology behind closing your sale. Know that person that is actually coming to you. Why are they coming to you? When you understand the reason why they are coming, the problem is half solved. So that is that about that. So the next thing is how emotion drive buying decision. Báwo ni emotion àwọn èèyàn yẹn, báwo ló ṣe máa ń drive buying decision? Please, are you there, ma?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think people buy something from you? I think I already explained that. Mo sọ mọ́rọ̀ nígbà tí mo fi designer ṣe example. Mo sọ mọ́rọ̀. Kí ló dé táwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń ra ọjà? Why do you think people buy? If you know the reason why people buy, you will see that it is going to be easier for you to sell to them.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So
let me give you the answers to that. One of the reasons why people buy from you is just because of the way they are feeling towards that thing that you are selling. The way Boba ṣe ń feel ló ṣe máa ń determine nǹkan tó máa ṣe ń wá bá yín tó máa fẹ́ wá ra ọjà. There are sometimes ó lè jẹ́ ìdùnnú ló jẹ́ kó pé wow this is what I've been looking for online for this while. Lọ ṣe click lórí nǹkan tẹ́ ń polówó tó ṣe wá bá yín nínú DM. And there are sometimes it may be because of fear. Wọ́n ní kíní yìí máa tó close o. Mo dẹ̀ gbúdọ̀ rà á. Mo gbúdọ̀ rà á o. Jẹ́ tètè click ilé. Wọ́n á click ilé ọ̀dọ̀ yín. Wọ́n máa wá ra ọjà yín. So we have different the reason why people buy is just because of the way they feel towards anything you are trying to sell to them. Some people, it may be their pain. Kíní yìí ti ń dùn mí gan o. Ẹni ìpolówó ẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n tètè lọ rà á. Ó lè jẹ́ dídùn tara, ó lè jẹ́ dídùn tẹ̀mí, but because of their pain, they'll be like, oh, let me come and buy. That is why we are trying to sell anything online, that you are now learning this skill, that you know what your audience may be passing through. Content tẹ́ gbúdọ̀ máa post fún wọn. Ó gbúdọ̀ máa bá gbogbo àwọn kíní yìí sọ̀rọ̀ lára wọn so that it can be effective in them. Please, I hope you can hear me, man.
Yes, I can hear you.
So that is that about that, because àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń drive láti jẹ́ káwọn people yẹn kó wá rajà nìyẹn. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń push emotion wọn láti wá rajà lọ́wọ́ wa nìyẹn pé okay àwọn nǹkan báyìí tàbí àwọn nǹkan tá a fi sínú content wa maybe is giving solutions to them or is making them feel like oh I need to really get this thing. So that is that about that one. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní relatable example tó lè ṣàlàyé using one of your products tí ẹ máa ń tà kí nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí bá lè yé. So let's say àwọn èèyàn, the reason why they are buying weight loss tea is not because of that tea is very sweet o. Nítorí pé ẹni yẹn feel ashamed of ọmọ ikùn mi yóò ti tóbi jù or ara mi yìí ó ti tóbi jù, so ẹ jẹ́ kí n tètè lọ ra tea yìí kó ba lè jẹ́ kí ara mi kó wà normal. So the pain behind that particular thing, like the feeling behind that particular person buying your product is because the person is ashamed of himself. So now when you, let's assume pé ẹ̀yin wá fẹ́ ta kí ló ń pe tea yẹn, that pain point tó ń dún ẹni yẹn lára, that is what you are going to be including in your content. You don't put it in an abusive way, but you put it in probably in an educating way, or you put it in an informational way, or you put it in a way that makes that person look like, oh, tea yìí gangan, mo rò pé a ti ṣàlàyé àwọn yẹn sẹ́yìn. So now, when you understand the way they are feeling, then you can easily direct your content to them. So the reason or the emotion behind that thing, ohun gangan ni pé ẹni yẹn feel ashamed of himself. So that is what drives that person to come and buy your tea. So if you want to advertise that tea to such people, you have to use that their condition, that your tea is going to be giving a solution to them. That their problem, that their challenges is what you are going to be including. You can just type this thing anyhow. Like ẹ ṣàlàyé ní ìṣàlàyé pé tẹ́ni yẹn bá ń kà á, ó máa rí i pé èmi lẹni yìí ń bá wí, èmi gangan lẹni yìí ń bá wí. So tẹ́ bá ti ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin náà máa rí i pé àwọn customer yẹn gan máa sọ kàn yín lójú pé post yín tẹ post lánàá yẹn èmi gangan lẹ̀ ń bá wí, kíní yẹn ń ṣe mí gangan ni, mo dúpẹ́ pé ẹ polówó oògùn yẹn gangan ni solution for me. So all these things, the way you are trying to understand their feelings, you that you are the owner of that product, you need to know how to construct your words in order for it to meet their own need as well. So that is that about that. Understanding buyers' motivation. Understanding buyers' motivation nǹkan tó kù ká tó lọ last one, which is the stages of sales process. Báwo la ṣe máa ń stage wo la máa ń tẹ̀lé tá a bá fẹ́ tajà fún èèyàn. So we are going to be talking about that one last. So now understanding buyers' motivation. I said their motivation is just need, desire, and fear. I think I've explained that one not quite long concerning the reason why nǹkan tó motivate àwọn people yẹn láti wá ra ọjà lọ́wọ́ yín. So you need to know all these things. So that is why you must be jotting them down. Like, what is the motivation behind all these people coming to buy from me? One of the motivation is that they need that thing very urgent. Another thing is that they feel desire. Another thing is that maybe they are in fear of one or two things. So gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó bá ń wá rajà lọ́wọ́ yín, they have different reasons why they are buying your product. And how do you know this thing? You can easily know them. You don't need to be thinking too much, because that product that you are selling already have the solution àtàwọn nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe. Àwọn nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe yẹn, tẹ́yin dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ wọ́n yẹn, òun gangan lẹ máa lò indirectly sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó fẹ́ rà á, so that ẹni yẹn á lè máa rí pé, oh, this thing is what I need. Please, I hope you understand it, ma.
Mo ń gbọ́ sà.
All right,
Hello,
all right,
sir.
ma. Yes, ma, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, so that is that about understanding your buyer's motivation and that time. So let's quickly move to the last one because we don't have much time. Stages of sales process. I would say that this is one of the most important parts of this training, like of this class today. It is one of the most important parts because eléyìí gangan ni foundation in understanding of closing tá a fẹ́ cover lénìí. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ kọ́kọ́ list ẹ̀ down kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa ṣàlàyé lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Stages of sales process. A ní gbogbo àwọn stages yẹn. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn kíní by the time tẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní implement ẹ̀, táwọn èèyàn bá ń béèrè pé báwo lẹ ṣe ń ṣe, kí làṣírí tẹ́ ṣe ń tajà, torí pé ẹ̀ ń jot sílẹ̀, torí pé náwọn videos mi tẹ́ bá tún wò, tẹ́ tún gbọ́, tẹ́yin náà ti mọ̀ lórí gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe mọ̀ lórí yìí, tẹ́yin náà bá ti mọ̀ wọ́n, ó máa easy fún yín láti ṣàlàyé fáwọn èèyàn pé nǹkan báyìí ló need láti ṣe, nǹkan báyìí ló need láti ṣe. Táwọn èèyàn kan bá rí pé èèyàn fún wọn ní oríṣiríṣi strategy tó lè lò tó dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọjà wọn, they wouldn't mind paying you as well to teach them what you have known. So that is this online for you. Tíyàn bá ti implement nǹkan tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn èèyàn náà tó fẹ́ ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ máa wá sanwó fún èèyàn pé àjọ o, ọjà yìí ń ṣe o, jẹ́ kí èmi náà tún kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. And by so doing, you'll be selling your product in one side, ẹ tún máa gbowó pé àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ wá learn lọ́wọ́ yín in another side. So that is why I do encourage every of my students to jot some things, because jotting down nígbà tẹ́mi náà ń learn, ìgbà tí mò ń learn òun ló jẹ́ kó rọrùn fún mi. Torí àwọn ọ̀gbà mi wà tí ẹ pé tí n bá fẹ́ ṣe àwọn kankan bó tó fẹ́ dojúrú customer adé mi, mo tún mi fẹ́ close ẹ̀, máa sáré lọ gbéwèé mi tí mo ti kọ́ tipẹ́tipẹ́ yẹn lọ wo nǹkan tó sọ ń bì báyìí, tí n bá ti wò
Network is low. Hello? 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 Zainab? Huh? Okay. Okay. Hello?
Stages of closing. Ma, can you hear me, ma?
Hello, sir. Network má lọ ṣe ségesège o.
Hello, ma, can you hear me, ma?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so where did you hear last?
Stage of sales process. Ẹni kí n jot
Okay.
ẹ̀ so ẹ máa ń sọ fún mi wípé nígbà tẹ́yin náà ń kọ́ training yìí, nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ṣe ni wípé ẹ máa ń jot ẹ̀ jot yẹn ló help me so tí àwọn èèyàn bá ti wá ẹ máa sáré lọ wò ó. Kí ló yẹ kí n sọ kí ló gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí.
So bí mo ṣe máa ń wò ó ńgbà yẹn ni I think ó ti máa lé lọ́dún kan báyìí tí mo ti wò ó gbẹ̀yìn. Kan tó ti mọ́ mi lára gbogbo ìgbà tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tèmi náà implement àwọn nǹkan tí mo learn tí mo ṣe máa ń yọ wò ní ó yá jẹ́ kí n lọ wò ó, jẹ́ kí n lọ wò ó. But ní ìsìn báyìí ó ti di nǹkan tá à ń sọ lórí fẹ́yàn. Wọ́n pè mí níta, mi ò nídìí láti gbéwé kankan. Mo ti mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe, mo ti mọ gbogbo stages ẹ̀ lórí. So kíyàn kọ́ máa implement and the more we implement, tá a bá ṣe ń wò online ká tó máa lóríṣiríṣi mọ̀ tá a máa add mọ́ inú brain wa tá a máa fi máa mọ̀ dáradára. So that is that about that. The stages of sales process are just 5. And I'll be listing out the 5 of them for you and I explain them for you. Then we end our class for today. So now the first stage of sales process is number 1 is building rapport. Building rapport. Ṣé ẹ̀ ń kọ sílẹ̀ mà?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Number 1 is building rapport. Number 2 is identifying their need.
Okay.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ni presenting solution.
Okay.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin ńbẹ̀ ni handling objection.
Okay.
Handling objection yìí fúnra rẹ̀ tọ́pìkì kan ni ta tún máa sọ fún odidi ọjọ́ kan nínú kíláàsì tó ṣì ń bọ̀ níwájú London closing skill because handling objection náà ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó tún tóbi fúnra rẹ̀ but inú àwọn sales pro I don't know how I'm just like always happy tí bá láwọn nǹkan tí mo mọ̀ like but bí gbogbo ayé ṣe rí náà nìyẹn ṣá it's always very interesting when you know the right thing that you are supposed to do. So the first one is handling objection and last stage of sales process is closing that particular sales. Closing that sales. So àwọn stages márùn-ún tẹ́ ẹ gbúdọ̀ mọ̀ like you need to always remember all these stages. Tí n bá sọ fún wọn pé building rapport tí n bá fẹ́ fi ara tèmi ṣe example according to my business. Ẹ rántí ìgbà tẹ́ni yẹn sọ pé I don't know why all this something. Ẹ rí i pé mo sọ pé saving of my number is very very important. Kí ni mo fẹ́ try láti ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn? Mo fẹ́ build the relationship pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Kò sí anybody tó bá ń ṣe business. Táwọn èèyàn tuntun bá ń dé lójoojúmọ́, you need to build rapport with them. You need to let them save your contact. Then you save their own two contacts. It is very, very important. Tọ́sítẹ́ bá ti àwọn míì ṣe mistake pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń dé báyìí, ọkàn ń tajà fún, ó ń dé, ó ń tajà fún. Ṣé ìdẹ́ bá lè build rapport pẹ̀lú èèyàn, ẹni yẹn máa ra ọjà lọ́wọ́ yín lọ ni. Like ẹni yẹn for example, ẹ̀wẹ̀ mi nìsín, mo ta nǹkan ẹyọ kan péré online. Mo rán nìkan 1,000 online. Okay o, tó bá fẹ́ lẹ̀ ní article o, wá lẹ̀ ní article. Mo máa sọ fún yín pé àwọn student mi majorly most of my students ó ti bá lẹ̀ ní article yẹn tán. Wọ́n máa lẹ̀ ní copywriting, wọ́n máa lẹ̀ ní closing skill, wọ́n máa lẹ̀ ní graphic designing skill, wọ́n máa lẹ̀ ní video editing skill, wọ́n máa lẹ̀ ní rẹpẹtẹ lọ́wọ́ mi. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mo kàn ta fún wọn as course, bó ṣe dé báyìí mo kàn send wọn lọ ní fídíò kan, yá go and be watching the video. Ṣọ́ máa padà wá mọ́? wọn ò lè padà wá mọ́. So that is why we need to build rapport. When you build rapport with your customer, they will buy every of your products that you are selling because wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tí mo rà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ dá jẹ́ kí n tètè lọ ra ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. But tí yóò bá build rapport pẹ̀lú customer kò túmọ̀ sí pé wọn ò ní wá rajà náà o, but ó ṣeé ṣe kó má rajà mọ́ tàbí tó bá tiẹ̀ máa padà wá gan wọ́n lè má rà ju nǹkan ẹyọ kan lọ mọ́ tó ọ̀dẹ̀ ní padà wá mọ́ tí ẹ pọ̀wọ́ ẹlòmíì lọ títí máa lọ máa rà lọ. But when you build rapport with them, kóògùn yẹn tó tán torí ẹ̀ ṣì máa ń rí post yín, wọ́n máa ń lóríṣiríṣi nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe. They can easily still oògùn mi tí mo rà last weekend ti fẹ́ tán, mo máa need another pack, mo dẹ̀ tún máa need kẹ́ báyìí ẹ polówó níjẹta yẹn náà mo like ẹ fẹ́ rà fọ́rẹ́ mi kan ṣe understand ibẹ̀ yẹn. So that is why building rapport is the first stage of closing process. That's the first thing. Ẹ máa create a connection, ẹ máa create a trust láàárín ẹ̀yin àti customer yín, and that is how you are going to be doing. Because the more you have more customers, the more you get more referrals, the more you get more opportunities of doing different things with your customers. I hope you are getting that now.
Yes, sir.
So how do you now maybe build this rapport with your customer? So one of the ways tí yàn ṣe máa ń build the rapport ni pé you talk to them as if they are your friend. You ask their problem, like you make them feel comfortable being around you. Because tí àwọn nǹkan yóò bá ti ṣe, ẹ rí pé mò ń sọ rí pé tẹ́ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń tìbọnú ara wọn kó ba lè yé yín nígbà tí mò ń sọ nípa social media content marketing, a máa fi ń ṣe kí ni, a máa fi ń jẹ́ kéèyàn know wa, kó like wa, kó trust wa. So tí ẹ bá learn àwọn skill eléyìí náà kò lè jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń trust yín dáadáa. That's why àbọ̀ nǹkan online kò lè really jẹ́ kéèyàn understand. You need to always go deeper, learn more. Because tẹ́ bá ṣe ń learn lẹ ṣe máa mọ̀, tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ṣe ń mọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ implement ẹ̀, owó máa dé. Tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe láwọn míì tó ń make owó gbàgàdà tó ń ṣe gbogbo. Everybody can make that money. Everybody can make the money. Just do it the way it's supposed to be done. If you cannot do it alone, hire people to do it for you, and things will go well. So building rapport is the first thing. Always talk to them like your friend. Family, àwọn míì ti máa béèrè pé what motivated you to want to learn my trade? Normally, I'm very, very broke in my family. I want to assist my mother. I want to assist my father. I want to take them away from poverty. I was like, wow, you can actually do this. Trust me, you can do it. You can do it. With this training, with the information you are going to be getting, I will also assist you. I'll put you through. Inú process yẹn kí ni mò ń ṣe? Mò ń build the rapport pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn. Kẹ́ni yẹn bá lè mọ̀ pé okay, ó dára pé solution òun bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ní lọ́wọ́. Tó bá ti lè trust yín pé ẹni yìí ní lọ́wọ́, gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti ń fẹ́, they will be coming back to you because you have their solution. And that is how that product that you are currently selling bó ṣe rí fún gbogbo àwọn customer yín nìyẹn. Solutions lẹ kó dání. Now tẹ́ bá ti kọ́kọ́ mọ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ kẹ́ máa ṣe fún wọn, they will always come back to buy it. Tó bá ṣe ń rí ìpolówó yín báyìí, they will be coming back. Mo fẹ́ rà mí, mo fẹ́ rà mí, mo fẹ́ rà mí. And that is how you continue to go. So make sure you are always building rapport with your customer. That is the first thing in the sales process. So now, the second thing you now need to do, tẹ́ bá ti build the rapport tán. Building this rapport ó lè wá in different form. Ó lè wá in different form. Ó lè jẹ́ sentence kan péré lẹ máa fi build ẹ̀. Ìgbà míì ó lè jẹ́ sentence mẹ́rin, ìgbà míì ó lè jẹ́, but ìyẹn ṣá mọ̀ pé nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ẹ wò mí nísìnyí, bá fẹ́ build rapport bí sentence méjì péré ni. Tó bá ṣáà ti sọ orúkọ, tó ti sọ problem wa ti ń build ẹ̀ lọ nìyẹn. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn a ti build ẹ̀ tán kò le rárá. Then ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé identifying their need. You need to identify their need. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tí mo fi ń build rapport tèmi ni pé please kindly tell me your name so that I can save your number. Automatically tọ́wọ́ pé bọ̀bọ́ yìí máa fẹ́ dọ̀rẹ́ mi, ó náà fẹ́ save number mi, kí ló máa ṣe? Á sorúkọ ẹ̀ fún mi. Tó ti ṣe sorúkọ ẹ̀ yẹn fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, èmi ti save number ẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé ó sì máa save number mi náà tí n bá dé level yẹn. So báwo ni mo ṣe wá identify need wọn? Ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ ti máa ń rè mí tí mo máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn student mi pé what motivated you to fi click yard mi? Kí ló máa ṣe? Ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣàlàyé ni. Ìṣòro yẹn pọ̀, ìṣòro yẹn ìgbà tí mo rí adìẹ báyìí àti testimony àwọn student ẹ, mo rò pé mi náà lè ṣe é. Kí ló ń ṣe yẹn? Mo ti ń identify ibi tí problem yẹn ti ń wá. Okay, dídẹ́ ni ṣe fẹ́ learn lélẹ̀. Àwọn míì máa sọ I'm a lecturer, I want to upgrade my skill. That is why I'm coming. Okay, lecturer lélẹ̀ yìí tiẹ̀. Okay, eléyìí báyìí lélẹ̀. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ identify. Tẹ́ bá identify ló máa jẹ́ kẹ́yìn náà mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí okay ó really need. Àwọn míì ò need nǹkan kan máa ń click nǹkan randomly ni. So that is why you need to understand. Ìgbà tẹ́ni ẹ̀rọ ní àtàwọn èèyàn sọ maybe I want to buy or I want to ṣe kinní kan yẹn. Nínú wọn, àwọn míì máa need ẹ̀. Nínú wọn, àwọn míì ò ní need ẹ̀. So it is only when you are following the process, tẹ́ wá identify need wọn, ló máa jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ àwọn tó really need ẹ̀ lẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́ máa lè close wọn. So the first one is to build rapport with them, let them save your contact, talk to them as friends. The second one is now identifying their need. You need to ask them question. Kí ló ṣe wọ́n tó ṣe fẹ́ ra product yín? Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tó ń face nínú ara tó ṣe rò pé product yìí máa jẹ́ solution fún wọn? They will tell you. People that are ready to buy are always free to say. Àwọn tó bá ń le koko rí pé àwọn ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn yẹn ní ẹ̀kọ́ try láti calm wọn down kẹ́ jẹ́ kó tó bá need ẹ̀ ó ti ṣì máa padà wá. That's just it. We don't force people to buy. We talk to people to buy in a way that we don't tell them to come and buy. I've never said something to people that, oh yeah, we need to pay for my training or my training is one, come and pay. My sọ pé wọ́n ló máa sọ, okay, I'm ready. How much is that thing? Okay, you buy it. Are you ready to pay it? Yes, I'm ready to pay. Or can you afford it? I can afford it. And that is it. Please, I hope you are following me, ma. So we are done with the building of rapport and then identifying their need. You really need to know what they are struggling with in that identifying their needs. Understand the tó ṣe fẹ́ ra product yẹn. Now tẹ́ bá ti understand what is the problem wọn fún yín pé okay o, ẹ̀yin máa ń ro mí láràárọ̀ ni torí ẹ̀gbà tí mo dẹ̀ ra advert yẹn mo rí pé oògùn tẹ́ mú dání yẹn ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀yìn ríro, òun ni mo ṣe wá bá yín, what is the problem wọn fún yín, what is the nǹkan táwọn face. Then the next thing you need to move on into from the sales process is what? You present them the solution. Ẹ máa present the solution yẹn fún wọn. Please ma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, ma.
I can hear you.
So now the next thing after they have offered their problem to you is now to do what? To present them the solution. Ebi bàyìí lè pè níbi desire part copywriting skill. Ebi bàyìí tún lè pè níbi interest part. Ebi bàyìí lè pè níbi interest part. Ebi bàyìí lè pè níbi desire part lọ́ndà copywriting skill. But lọ́ndà closing skill, a máa ń present solution la máa ń pè. So gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa connect pọ̀ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lò. Ẹ lè lo formula AIDA model fáwọn míì. Ẹ lè lo formula sales process yìí. Eléyìí ni kẹ́ sábà máa lò jù torí ẹ̀ ń deal pẹ̀lú physical products. Irú ẹ̀bí tí mò ń deal pẹ̀lú digital products or knowledge based business. Irú èmi ni máa sábà lo AIDA model láti jẹ́ kó ṣe nǹkan kan. Ṣé ó yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé èmi fẹ́ ṣe kó join ní group ni. Èmi ò ṣe directly pé kó sáré rajà lọ́wọ́ mi directly. So but torí pé mò ń ta nǹkan náà tàbí mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sanwó fún mi la ṣe máa ń lo méjèèjì pọ̀ wọnú ara wọn. So ó depend on the customer yẹn. But most of the time always focus on this what do we call it? Sales process, títí closing skill yìí. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ build rapport pẹ̀lú wọn, ẹ béèrè orúkọ, ẹ ṣe gbogbo àwọn oríṣiríṣi. Tẹ́ bá ti ṣe tó ti save number. In just short words, so it's not compulsory you type long words. It's not just short. Ẹ ti save number, ẹ ti build rapport bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Then you go to the second stage, you come to the third stage, presenting their solution. How do you present their solution to them? Ẹ mọ̀ pé ti ṣàlàyé gbogbo àwọn problem tó ń ṣe wọ́n fún yín. Then this is where you also explain why this particular product they want to buy or you want to sell to the person is good for that person. Ẹ̀yin ló ń rẹ́ torí ẹ̀gan ló ṣe fi encyclopedia ló ṣe fi sínú oògùn tí mo fẹ́ tà fún ẹ. Iṣẹ́ encyclopedia ni pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó bá ń ròyàn àwọn àrùn kan ló máa ń fà á. Àwọn àrùn yẹn dẹ̀rẹ́ wọ́n ti fi nǹkan tó máa ń pa wọ́n sínú oògùn yìí. So tó bá ṣe lo oògùn yìí báyìí wá rí pé ó máa ṣe kinní kan ni. So ìyẹn máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀dẹ̀ tún máa fi sí pé òkè ṣe olóògùn tí mo fẹ́ tà fún ẹ yìí tó bá lọ wo catalog mi gan sẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wà tó máa ń ra gan ní Kaduna even gan ibi tó ti wá yẹn Lagos State tó náà ń gbé yẹn àwọn èèyàn 5 ló ṣèrà lọ́wọ́ mi ní last week àwọn èèyàn 6 gan ló béèrè nínú comment section add mi. Then you let that person know that nǹkan tó fẹ́ rà ìṣẹ́ ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn ẹlòmíì. Ṣé ẹ rí tẹ́ mo ṣe ní ó bá desire party àti interest party AIDA model lọ. So when you offer the solution to that person, then the person will be willing to like ask you, okay, ní surprise o, price kan ló kù o, solution nǹkan tó ń ṣe nìyẹn lẹ máa sọ. Tẹ́ bá sọ solution ìtàn, ẹ wá lè béèrè pé okay, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ go further? Ẹ lè béèrè pé okay, ṣé o máa ready láti rà? Ẹ ṣáà béèrè question lẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá ti fún gbogbo solution yẹn tán. Tẹ́ bá ti wá fún tán, ó máa wá sọ pé okay o, èyí báyìí ni o, 20,000 naira. Ni ó lè béèrè pé okay o èlò lẹ wá ń tà o. Tẹ́ bá wá sọ fún pé 45,000 lògùn yẹn Kí ló máa wá sọ? Ó lè fún yín ní oríṣiríṣi. Àwọn míì lè kọ 45,000. Okay, I will get back to you. Àwọn míì lè sọ, that price is too much o. Àwọn míì lè sọ, okay, I will think about it. Ṣé rí ibi tẹ̀yẹn là ń pè ní kíni? Handling of objection. Objection làwọn nǹkan tẹ́ni yẹn ń sọ fún yín. So torí ẹ ti ń lẹ̀ ní skill yìí nísìnyí, ó ní bá ṣe máa handle objection. Tíyàn bá sọ okay, I will get back to you, ẹ gbúdọ̀ sọ okay, ẹ gbúdọ̀ parí conversation yín síbẹ̀ rárá. Torí nínú sales process yín, ẹ gbúdọ̀ close the sales yẹn ni. Ẹ gbúdọ̀ mọ̀ ìgbà tẹ́ni yẹn fẹ́ rà tàbí kó rà á immediately. That is one of the reason why you are a closer now. Because ẹ ti ń lẹ̀ ní skill yìí, ẹ ti ń kúrò ní normal human being, ẹ ti ń lọ ẹni tó lè close èèyàn. Like ẹ ti ń ní àwọn gbogbo àwọn knowledge television àwọn kìíní yẹn. So the person can tell you that, oh, this price is too expensive, maybe I will think about it, this and that. Then kí ló kù tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe? Tẹ́yìn rò kí lẹ rò pé lè sọ fẹ́ nìyẹn, jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ béèrè. Tíyàn bá sọ fún yín pé okay, maybe price yín ti expensive jù, kí lẹ̀yin rò pé lè sọ fẹ́ nìyẹn?
Ṣé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi?
Please ma, can you hear? Yes ma.
Okay. Mo lè sọ fún wípé tó bá ní I will get back to you. Màá ní when did you want to get back to me? Tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀, màá ní did you know that if you delay your treatment, it can worsen your health condition. And like they say, prevention is cheaper than cure. Ọ̀tẹ́mi máa sọ fún ni.
Okay.
Tó bá ti tọ́jú ara ẹ̀, ó máa kẹ̀ sí ni.
Yes. Tẹ́ni yẹn bá débẹ̀ yẹn, nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yẹn náà ẹ lè lò ó. Ìyẹn náà bá lọ, ẹ̀yẹn náà bá lọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ lè lò ó. So most of the time, a máa ń kọ́kọ́ calm wọn down. Then your product is too expensive, or I will get back to you, or maybe I'll think about it. Let me think about it, I'll get back. Ẹ máa sọ okay, no problem. Mo understand pé ẹ fẹ́ think about it. Tó bá yẹ pé ẹni yẹn náà fẹ́ think about it. Tó bá yẹ pé ẹni yẹn ní I will get back to you. Ẹ kí n kọ́kọ́ tiẹ̀ yanjú, I will think about it yẹn náà. Okay, ẹ máa sọ, I understand you want to think about it. But what if you compare your thinking to what you have spent before? Like ó ti mọye owó tó ti ná sórí nǹkan tó ń ṣe ẹ́ yìí o. Ìwọ náà rí i pé ẹ̀yìn tó ń dùn ẹ́ yìí, ó mà ti pẹ́ tó ti ń dùn ẹ́. Opportunity dẹ̀ ló délẹ̀ fún ẹ nísìnyí. Ó fẹ́ máa ronú ní. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ máa ronú nípa nínú nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí. So torí pé tó bá tètè rà á nísìn, òun ló máa jẹ́ kó save cost ẹ̀. Ìgbà tó fẹ́ fi think tó fẹ́ fi padà wá, ọjà mi lè ti wọ́n o. O mọ̀ pé náírà ò dúró, bóyá dọ́là dẹ̀ lẹ máa lò. O mọ̀ pé dọ́là ó ṣe ń increase. So opportunity yìí ó ti wà fún ẹ láti ra ọjà yìí lọ́wọ́ mi nísìn. Ṣé o ti ready láti rà? Kí lẹni yẹn máa wá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Ẹ rí pé ẹ ti tún béèrè another question. Anything téèyàn bá sọ fún yín, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ pé máa sọ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó ń ṣe, ẹ máa tún relate àwọn problem ẹ̀ yẹn sí. You use it to talk to that person and be emphasizing that that person needs to get that particular thing because this is the best time for the person. Then the person will automatically tell you something. Okay, òótọ́ ni nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yìí o. Bóyá tó bá di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀, tí n bá àbí major nǹkan táwọn èèyàn máa ń sábà sọ ni pé okay, tí n bá ti gba owó oṣù, mo máa rà á. Ṣé ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìn? So tíyàn bá fi lè dá specific date fún yín, ẹ ti close ẹni yẹn nìyẹn. Tàbí kẹ́ni yẹn ní okay, I am ready. Ẹ ti close ẹni yẹn nìyẹn. Tàbí kẹ́ni yẹn sọ pé okay. Tíyàn bá sọ pé okay, I will think about it. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe máa dá lóhùn? Mo ti yanjú maybe ẹni yẹn ní ó wà expensive tàbí I will think about it. Tẹ́ni yẹn bá sọ pé I will get back to you rather. How do you respond to that person? I will get back to you.
When will you get back to me? When can I call you? You ask, when can I call you? Give me time, date, so as to call or do follow up.
Okay, yes. That is absolutely good. That is absolutely good. As a closer, nǹkan tá a máa ń ṣe as a closer tíyàn bá ní I will get back to you. Tá a bá ní when should I get back to you? Or when do you want me to call? Or majorly nǹkan tẹ́ni yẹn máa sọ ni pé I will try get back to you. Tàbí kó má reply mọ́. Torí pé time yẹn máa dàbí pé èèyàn ń frustrate ẹ̀ ni. Because as a closer, nǹkan tẹ́yin gbúdọ̀ kọ́kọ́ ṣe ni wípé ẹ gbúdọ̀ kọ́kọ́ understand reason why tó ṣe fẹ́ get back. Ṣé kò lówó ló ṣe fẹ́ get back ni? Àbí ṣé ọjà mi ti wọ́n jù ni? Àbí ṣé ó ń ronú nípa ẹ̀ ni? Ẹ̀yin gbúdọ̀ kọ́kọ́ mọ̀. Torí téèyàn bá ní I will get back to you, it may be because of different reasons. So tẹ bá ń sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ follow ẹ̀ up, ó lè jẹ́ pé ọjà yẹn bóyá kò tiẹ̀ ní owó ẹ̀, kò tiẹ̀ nágbára àti rà á gan sef ni. So tẹ bá ní kẹ́ ẹ follow ẹ̀ up, ó máa dàbí ẹni pé kí ni èèyàn frustrate ẹni yẹn láti wá rajà ni. Téèyàn bá dẹ̀ ti lè máa frustrate èèyàn online, ó ti ń di nǹkan míì. We need to always persuade. We persuade, we talk in a way that they'll be feeling it, not like we are going to be making them feel bad about like, ó ní kí n rajà yìí ni mo ìnáwó ẹ̀ bọ̀ bẹ́ni ẹ ṣe ń disturb mi ni mo ṣe wá rà. So the first thing you need to do when somebody tell you that I will get back to you is to tell the person, okay, no problem. You said you want to get back to me. The truth about it is that táwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ get back to, I'm just explaining in Yoruba so that I can know how to construct it in English. So táwọn èèyàn bá náà wọ́n fẹ́ get back sí mi, most of the time wọn kì í get back mọ́. Even tí n bá follow wọn up gan, wọn kì í respond. Ó sọ fún mi kí ló dé gangan tó ṣe fẹ́ get back? Ṣé owó yẹn ló pọ̀ jù ni? Yí òun ronú nípa ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. You are the one that will tell that person láti fi mọ inú ẹni yẹn ìdí tó ṣe fẹ́ get back. Then kí lẹni yẹn máa wá sọ? Á wá ṣàlàyé ìdí yẹn gangan fún yín pé torí owó yẹn ti pọ̀ jù ní mi ì dẹ̀ rò pé mo lè afford ẹ̀. Ma'am, mo rò pé ẹ̀ ń follow process, ẹ rí tí mo ṣe ń handle objection ẹni yẹn nísìnyí. So tẹ́ni yẹn bá ti fún yín solution pé owó yẹn ti pọ̀ jù, mi ì rò pé mo lè afford ẹ̀. Then kí lẹ̀yin máa ṣe? Ẹ lè prefer solution kékeré fún wa. Mo dẹ̀ ní mo máa ń ta òògùn ẹ̀ kékeré náà o, ìyẹn ò dẹ̀ wọ́n bí 20,000 péré nìyẹn o, ṣó máa lè rà yẹn? Ẹni ẹ sọ pé ìyẹn wà, ó yẹ ẹ mú yẹn wá. Ṣé ẹ ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn nísìnyí? So but tíyàn bá kàn go straight pé ṣé kí n follow up, ó lè jẹ́ tẹ bá follow ẹ̀ gan up kò lè afford ẹ̀. Ó lè jẹ́ pé ó ń ronú nípa ẹ̀. Ká wá sọ pé ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹni yẹn ò sọ pé owó yẹn pọ̀. Ẹni yẹn wá sọ pé mo ní kí n máa rò ó ni, mo ní kí n ṣe máa rò ó bóyá mo máa rà á. Ibi kí n máa rò ó yẹn lẹ máa wá lo irú solution tí mo fún yín lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́ pé tó bá ń rò ó, ṣó mọye ìgbà tó ti pẹ́, ṣó mọ̀ pé kíní yìí máa tó close, ṣó mọ̀ pé kíní kan oríṣiríṣi. Cause àwọn míì lè lówó lọ́wọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ rò ó ni. Tẹ bá close wọn bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n máa yọ owó yẹn jáde immediately. Tẹ bá fi urgency síbẹ̀, tá bá dé copyright yẹn pé mo ṣe ní a máa kọ́ yín urgency àti scarcity. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn lẹ máa lò sínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yín, so yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn máa feel like buying that thing immediately. So that is how to do that. And after the last process of it is you closing that particular sale. Bí tẹ́tí máa sọ fún wọn pé kó ra ọjà yẹn tàbí kí wọ́n ṣe anything tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kó ṣe. So that is that about the sales process, and that is that about understanding closing as a beginner. So please, Ma, do you understand everything we have done today? And again, do you have any question? Okay, so it's like you've left the live already, so it's already time as well. So I think I'll just be sending you the videos so that you can just watch at your pace. So thank you so much for joining, and enjoy the rest of your day, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.